Rainy days got you down? No problem. Here's a rainy day project from What's Up Bob right after this intro. Roll it. All right. So you may be saying, so what are you doing down there on the floor? What's up, Bob? Well, rainy day project today is installing a heel shifter. If you see on the newer 2018s and up Softail lines, they save themselves a few bucks and a little bit of weight by leaving off the heel shifter. So I was used to having that on my Fat Boy, and even though I can just do the toe shifting, I really do prefer a heel shifter. You may not agree, but hey, this is me. So let's go ahead and get started with this project and see how easily it goes on. Alrighty, so the first thing we want to do is make sure, before we start taking things apart, that we get the same angle that we already have currently with the current toe shifter. You can adjust it up or down if you got a big toe or not. But what we're going to do is put a couple of pieces of tape, one on the shaft here itself that's fixed, and then the other is going to go right next to it here. You can see me doing it. Onto the toe shaft itself, so that when we go to put this back onto the new unit, we'll be able to line these two pieces of tape back up. Make sense? All right, gotcha. All right, so I think the first thing we ought to do is go ahead and disconnect this linkage up here. Next thing we're going to do is undo this guy. Now we got this boy to take off. There's the old one. That seems pretty easy, but I got a feeling this new one may not go on as easy, and I'll tell you why in a second. Let's try it first. So since we need to get a little space, what we're going to do is go down underneath here, which you're not going to be able to see. But down under here, there's two bolts that hold on the floorboard. We're going to loosen those up just a teeny bit, so this will drop down, and then we'll be able to get the new shaft in. Feels like she's going to rip right off in my hands. All right, so didn't have the tools to get the running board released enough to drop down, so I'm going to try it from a different approach. Don't know if you can see right here or not. This bracket is what's holding on the upright bracket. So what we're going to attempt to do is try to get it off. All right, pretty loose now. Lots of play there. So now let's see if we can get this shaft in. Oh yeah, I'm liking that. Haha, success. Da 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 da. So now I just need to put this, tighten this bracket back up. It might be easier than we think, but we'll give it a shot here. All right, 15 minutes later, I'm back, and we have this back on. So you probably got a better way to do it if you have better tools. I'm very little on the mechanical side, so I just do whatever it takes to get things done correctly and not screw things up worse, hopefully. So anyway, that's on. So we're just going to go ahead and line the old camera up here so you can see a little bit. And we're going to attack this next part. So we're going to go ahead and put this back on next, I believe. And the reason why is that way we'll get the splines lined up correctly. It's getting tight. Of course, we'll check those kind of fittings every so often, right? But now we know at least we have this back in here. So now lining our shafts back up should be easy peasy, right? Well, that's what they say. So we're going to put that O-ring back on. That was on the other one. We had this rubber thing to there, and I'm not sure if we're going to need that or not. Maybe I should look at the instructions. Yeah, I can't find the instructions. Okay, remember, so this one was lined up first, if you remember right. So if this goes on correctly, if this is all the way on, you see this, the hole right here? It's going to line up with this indentation so that when you put that screw down in through there, I believe it kind of clamps around there. So we're going to try to get this lined up. Let's see if we've got our pieces of tape. Come here, Nellie. Lined up. Yep, she is. So we're up against there nice and... There she's getting firm. One more time for the gipper. So now we're going to go ahead and put the other shifter on, the heel part. Slower you down a little bit so you can get a little bit better angle with this one. So we're going to put this one on. It's kind of nice that they even blacken out the end of the shaft, isn't it? So you can't really go just straight in line because you're going to hit your board. So we're going to start it out about there. We want to see when our heel comes down to make sure it's not hitting the floorboard. And there we're still about a good finger away. So we're going to try to move that just one spline. That might have been two. I'm hitting my board and I don't want to be doing that. So I need to come back up one more in height. So there I'm about a half a finger away on the downshift. That's where I want mine to hit. Remember this one we already had lined up from there. So we got our other bolt, our other nut. There we are. What do you think? I think we can take that blue tape back off. That's what I'm thinking. Neutral. Riding. So, what do you think? I'm thinking it looks pretty good on there. Kind of a good rainy day project. I'm just kind of excited now to go out and give it a try. And actually, so much for our rainy day. Look at her, boys. Girls, she's drying out. So I'm going to go take it for a ride. While I'm doing that, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think about it. You thought it was something that you'd like to put on your 2018 and newer Heritage or Softail. Or if you had some ideas where I could have maybe made it a little easier. Put those down below too. Anyway, I'm going to go for a ride. You put the comments down. I'll see you next time. This is What's Up Bob saying. See ya.